There are several reasons for worldwide inflation and economic recession. According to an article by the World Economic Forum, one of the reasons for rising inflation across the world is fading demand. Another reason is supply chain disruptions caused by COVID-19. The COVID-19 pandemic has also led to a significant economic slump in many countries, which has resulted in a decrease in consumer spending and low consumer confidence, both key indicators of a downturn. The Federal Reserve raising interest rates to try to get inflation under control is another reason for the recession. According to the Wall Street Journal, 2/3 of economists surveyed predict a recession will occur this year as the Federal Reserve raises interest rates. The war in Ukraine, started by Russia, and its effects have hit Germany's economy and the European Economic Area as a second major shock following the coronavirus pandemic. The economic impact of the war stretches beyond Ukraine's borders, and the rises in global energy prices in particular hit the poor the most, as does inflation. The conflict between Russia and Ukraine will affect the global economy via three main channels: financial sanctions, commodities prices, and supply chain disruptions. The war was one of the main factors that had slowed economic growth in 2022 to just 3.1%, and why the OECD projected it to slow to 2.2% in 2023 to the power of 5. The sanctions on Russia have affected its economy and have also impacted the global economy. Russia has banned exports of more than 200 goods, including telecoms, medical, vehicle, agricultural, electrical equipment and timber products. The sanctions have also led to a fall in the Russian ruble. Russia has long been a relatively minor player in the global economy, accounting for just 1.7% of the world's total output despite its enormous energy exports. The war between Ukraine and Russia has led to a surge in commodity prices. Russia and Ukraine have accounted for about 1/4 of global exports of wheat. Wheat exports from Ukraine have been halted due to closures of all Ukrainian ports on the Black Sea, accounting for about 90% of Ukraine's wheat exports. Coal prices have also grown by around 69% squared. The war between Ukraine and Russia has created barriers in the market, disrupting the movement of commodities like auto parts, oil, and grain. The Russia-Ukraine war is likely to exacerbate and elongate global supply chain disruptions squared. The Ukraine conflict is disrupting traditional supply routes, emphasizing the need for logistics flexibility in the design of global supply chains. The greatest supply chain challenge today is a prolonged Ukraine-Russia war. The war in Ukraine is further disrupting global supply chains. It's important to stay informed and up to date with the latest news and developments in the global economy. You can also consider diversifying your investments and savings to help mitigate risk. Additionally, you may want to consider cutting back on non-essential expenses and focusing on building an emergency fund in case of unexpected financial hardship.